Lesson 1-1, Variables and Expressions. In this lesson, we're going to talk about two different types of expressions. An expression is something you've seen before. It might look something like this. Expressions are different than equations because equations have an equal sign. So in this lesson, we're just talking about expressions. The first one I'm going to define for you is a numerical expression. A numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that involves numbers and operations. Let me show you an example. The one I just wrote previously was a numerical expression. 2 plus 2. It has numbers and operations. Operations are your adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing signs. Other numerical expressions could be 6 minus 1, 8 divided by 4, or even 1/2 times 1/3. They're all numerical. A new vocab word in 7th grade is a variable. A variable is a letter that stands for a number. Most commonly in algebra, you see the letter X used as a variable. Also numbers like the lowercase n or the lowercase a. You can really choose any letter you wish. We use variables to stand for numbers that we don't know. When you have a variable in an expression, it's called an algebraic expression. Algebraic expressions are mathematical phrases, just like the numerical ones, that have numbers, operation symbols, and variables. So that's the difference between numeric and algebraic. One has variables and one doesn't. Let's look at examples A and B and decide which is numerical, which is algebraic. 5 minus 5 is numerical because it has numbers and operations, no variables. B, C minus 5, that's an algebraic expression because there is a variable, and the variable is C. Let's try a couple more. 8 divided by X. Right away I see this variable. That's an algebraic expression, and the variable is X. 100 times 6. Numerical. I only see numbers, no variables. Example C, D plus 43 minus 9. That's an algebraic expression again, and the variable is D. All right. The second part of this lesson is learning how to translate a word phrase into an algebraic expression. So remember, in an algebraic expression, we're going to have numbers, variables, I'm going to use an n, and operation symbols. 9 more than a number y. These are tricky because you have to really listen and think about what they're asking you. 9 more than a number y. I know the word more means to add. 9 more than y must mean I have y and I'm adding 9 more. So y plus 9. 4 less than a number n. I know the word less stands for subtraction. With subtraction, you have to be very careful about which order they want you to write. 4 less than a number n. This one means you already have the value of n and you're taking 4 away. It is 4 less than n. So I switched the order that they gave me the information for this written algebraic expression. Next one, a number z times 3. That one's pretty easy. We can do z times 3. The reason I used a dot to stand for multiplying is because we no longer want to use a little x for multiplying because that can get confused. What if our variable was x? Now I have x times 3 and they look the same. So we don't want to use an x symbol for multiplying anymore. We'll either use the dot or writing them next to each other means multiply. With multiplication, it doesn't matter which order. z times 3 or 3 times z. They're the same thing. All right, next example, a number a divided by 12. When you're doing a division word phrase, the order they give you the information is the order you want to write it. A number a divided by 12. Another way you can write division is as a fraction or with a slash. Those three would all work. Final example is a little more tricky. It has two operations. 5 times the quantity 4 plus a number c. There's two things you want to notice when you read this. First of all, the word times means to multiply. So 5 times something. I'm using my dot. When you see the word quantity, you should know that two things are going to follow. Quantity of. That tells me I need to use parentheses because there's going to be something happening inside. 4 plus a number c. 4 plus c. 5 times whatever the quantity is when you add 4 plus c. The next example is writing an algebraic expression from a word problem. So in this example, we have solar car races. These solar car races can ride 65 miles per hour. They want us to write an algebraic expression for the distance these solar cars can travel in a given amount of time. So say h stands for our number of hours. We don't know how long we're going to ride our solar cars, but we know they can go 65 miles an hour. Our expression becomes 65 times h for however long they go. That will tell us the distance our solar car will travel. So 65 times h was our algebraic expression. Let's do another one. Bagels cost 50 cents each. Write an algebraic expression for the cost of B bagels. Well, my bagels are 50 cents, and I'm not sure how many I'm going to get, but I will multiply 50 cents times the number of bagels I get. So 0.5b would be another way to write this. Example B, write an algebraic expression for the number of hours in m minutes. Well, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if I take the number of minutes I have, who knows how many that will be, and divide by 60, that should give me how many hours I have. So m divided by 60. All right, this brings us to the end of our lesson. I want you to complete the lesson check. You're going to write an expression for each word phrase, 1 through 4. Then identify if the expression is numeric or algebraic. Bring these 4 problems to class along with your notes from this lesson.